Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Payton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule presented by FanDuel. Today is Friday, I almost said October, August 21st. I'm excited for October. I was thinking about Halloween the other day. I'm at the point of the summer / getting into fall where I'm thinking of Halloween costumes that would be great. I could have a Mount Rushmore.
2 months out from there. We haven't.
No. Let me finish. I'm the person that thinks of all the ideas in August and September, and then we actually get to October, and I don't end up committing, and then have to throw one together. We're far away from that, though. I realize. Happy August 21st, everybody. I'm back, and Payton and Kenny are also here. We're rolling to our next position preview. We're fully into the defense now. We had our bridge episode. Payton and Kenny talked about the offensive and defensive lines. So go check that out if you have not. We're going to talk some linebackers today, fellas, for Mizzou. And as usual, with my return, I'm going to bring the game back. I'm going to go back and forth. Name every single linebacker on this roster. Payton, you start.
Did you listen to our offensive line defense? Because we did a really good job. I think we missed one guy in total.
I have not had a chance to listen to it yet, and I apologize. I've been very busy. But I am excited to see how you guys do. Good. Kudos. I'm glad I run the game. Like, there's a reason I picked doing the game and not participating in the game, because I would not have been nearly as good as you guys end up doing with the guessing. But let's see if you can match it with linebackers. Payton, you can go first. There's obviously not as many. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11.
Yeah, I mean, there probably is.
Keenan Harris.
Ooh.
Keenan Harris is one.
Let's stay in St. Louis. Jason King.
Damn it. That was going to be my next one.
Is the other freshman, or what are the other freshmen?
He's not a freshman. He's a sophomore.
Bobby Washington.
JJ Bush.
Bobby Washington and JJ Bush both are. JJ Bush is the other freshman. I had it written down wrong.
There's like
Just start knocking out the top guys.
You're right. What's his name? Tommy Reese.
Oh my gosh, I had Tommy Reese in my back pocket.
That was I only know him because his name sounds familiar, but it's not related.
Well, because I don't know if it's spelled the same as Tommy Reese, the offensive coordinator. But
I think, doesn't the OC just spell it REES? Doesn't he do something like that or something?
I don't think it's spelled the same.
Right.
Dante McClellan.
Dante McClellan is on the list. Our first guy with stats from last year.
Yeah, we might be talking about him. He's apparently having a good camp.
Did have a pick six, 83-yard pick six.
Yeah, he was like
tackles.
He had to be put on a respirator after that play. I remember. Who was the first one you said?
Jason King.
Okay, so Brian Huff hasn't been mentioned.
Correct.
Okay,
Brian Huff. 5 tackles last year for Mizzou.
I think he'll have a bigger role this year. Jeremiah Beasley,
19 tackles and a forced fumble with Mizzou.
Robert Woodyard,
of course, 67 tackles, a couple of sacks at Auburn. Came over to Mizzou from the portal.
Nick Rodriguez,
61 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 7 passes.
That's the list, isn't it?
There's one more.
Who is it?
He's a walk-on. I know who it is.
Well, he doesn't.
Okay. Do you want to hit? You know who it is, Kenny?
Yeah, he transferred from Wyoming.
Oh.
Right?
I do know this.
Chuck Hicks, is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, Chuck Hicks. Demarion Good?
It's Jackson Daly, right? He transferred from – but I think he's from Missouri. Like, he went to –
This guy's got it pulled up right in front of him.
No. Jackson
is from
No. I can tell you where he went to high school. I'm pretty sure he went to Francis Howell because he went.
It's listed on the Mizzou
No,
website.
because I've been looking at Francis Howell players for the past like 3 weeks because I'm looking at where Jack Brown compares in that district. Who's a class of 2027 commit. I can tell you, he went to Francis Howell, right? Right, Jack?
Jackson Daly is from Alma, Arkansas, man.
Oh yeah, never mind. Tommy Reese went to right. Tommy Reese went there, or no?
Let me check.
No, it's that guy who switched from linebacker to running back.
Who would that be?
It was another walk-on.
Wait, don't tell me because we're gonna need to guess that in like a week.
Tommy Reese went.
I looked it up. It's
the color's coming from Kenny's face right now.
Brady Holtman is the player I was thinking of. He's from Miami.
He moved to running back. I figured he just left.
No, yeah, he moved from linebacker. That's who I was thinking of. Okay, I just knew the name.
Tommy Reese is a 4-year letter winner at Mission Viejo High School in California.
Close.
Very close.
Francis Howell, California.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I had the wrong guy. The guy switched positions, but I knew the name. Just thinking of the wrong.
You didn't get to say Keenan Harris.
All right, you want to go coaching wise linebackers because I bet I could beat you in that.
I don't, but you
would because I know Dinek and that's it.
Yeah. Chris Ball, never forget Chris Ball.
Is he the guy? I don't know if you guys remember this when Mizzou stuffed Iowa on that like 4th and 1 to like seal the bowl game. Essentially, they cut to the sidelines and it's some old coach like telling everyone to get back. I'm like, who the hell is that? It
might be. He's older. He came over from Northern Arizona. He was the head coach there. He's from St. Louis. He's doing a lot of Arizona recruiting right now. Mizzou has a couple guys scheduled for visits in October.
Is Tetaroa McMillan one of them?
Yeah, he got eligibility. He's coming back.
In that TRO this morning.
Yeah.
Was there another one today? I missed that.
Yeah, we're not talking.
You've not seen the NFL ones?
I saw one like just a second ago on Twitter for one of the NFL ones. There's been a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I have not been. I admittedly have not been on Twitter on the Wednesday that we've been recording this that much, so I have not been locked in. But I'll have to look at that list. Anyway, Mizzou linebackers. There's your full list of them. You guys mentioned a couple at the top. Because I didn't listen to the episode yet, I don't know who went first for asking your big question. So I will pick at random again. Kenny, do you want Payton to go first, or do you want to go first for the big question about this linebacker room?
You know, I'm just such a
nice me. Guy. I guess you could pick me.
You go first. You've never gone first.
I don't want to go first because my question is very general. And I will be frank. I was very ready to get up on the soapbox about Robert Woodyard. Not that that's necessarily a super hard thing to do. He was maybe the gem of this transfer portal class, save for, Austin Simmons or Caden Lee in terms of names you knew. But my question I wanted to ask is who is going to be kind of the leap guy of this linebacker room? And I feel better about asking this question. I was kind of keeping that in my own brain between sort of the 3 leading candidates, I think, being Robert Woodyard, Nick Rodriguez, and Jeremiah Beasley. In terms of, can one of those 3 guys take a jump to another level? And Jeremiah Beasley, probably has even further to go to even reach, the points that Robert Woodyard, Nick Rodriguez hit last year. But I guess I will lean into Woodyard first in terms of just because he was the guy I was looking up. He was so highly touted coming from Auburn. I'm wondering if him and Rodriguez are going to be a good duo together. I kind of think so. I was looking at a couple of PFF things in terms of what Nick Rodriguez could maybe do in coverage versus what Woodyard can do in stopping the run. It was such an interesting defense, even just when you watched Auburn games last year. And I guess I wasn't watching how they used Robert Woodyard specifically, but to see him come over and sort of translate that stuff with Missouri, I think he can. I feel pretty confident about him. And I guess I'll just, maybe I'll just feed it right into my hot take, but I was like, is there a world maybe
him or Rodriguez, if one of them takes more coverage responsibilities and the other's more focused on stopping the run, is there a 100 tackle guy on this Mizzou linebacker core? It's a hot take, but I the thought ping-ponged around in my head. So that's kind of my big question. Can one of those three guys maybe take a leap to become even better than a Trotter, maybe more regarded by NFL scouts than a Trotter was last season? That's, again, a hard thing to do. Josiah Trotter had a great year. He was 4th in the SEC in tackles. But I think the potential is there for either Nick Rodriguez or Robert Woodyard, however you want to look at them. I think their two skill sets complement each other very well to maybe allow one of them to sort of break out even further. But that's the top of the room. I know there's more guys behind that. Like I mentioned, Jeremiah Beasley. So that's how I'll get the ball rolling with my question.
There's such a logjam at this position. I mean, that kind of plays into what my question is. I won't say it just yet. We'll discuss this more, but I mean, there's like no shortage of guys that you would see taking a leap this year. I don't think Woodyard counts, frankly. I don't think he can really take much of a leap per se. He was a very productive player at Auburn. I think most people would say he's kind of the gem of this transfer class. Maybe not gem, but like I don't mean gem in like they might have stole this guy off the market, like the actual, like the crown jewel of the class, if you will. But I mean, you hear so many encouraging things out of camp from all the younger guys that Nick Rodriguez, I mean, if we're getting Gator Bowl Nick Rodriguez, he's going to be an all SEC player. I think the big thing for him is kind of playing a little more in control, not getting bit with some really, let's call them enthusiastic penalties. I think that's the big thing for him. But I mean, you look at guys like Jeremiah Beasley, Dante McClellan. The reviews on those two in particular, I've noticed, have been quite glowing. And you still have guys behind them, even JJ Bush, his recruiting saga was interesting, to put it mildly. But certainly no one denies the talent with him there. He's someone you maybe would hope would be able to see the field early, maybe on special teams. There's Jason King, who was not a nothing prospect by any means. And that's you even getting to guys like Bobby Washington from Miami who transferred over. There's a real logjam at this position. It kind of plays into what my question will be, but I'll let Kenny weigh in on this first.
In terms of 100 tackles, I pulled it up. Josiah Trotter at 84 last year, and that includes not playing in the bowl game because of his knee injury. And I don't really know how much he would have played to begin with if he wasn't hurt, mainly because of those draft aspirations. Yes, Zion Young did play. I don't know what that looks like if Josiah Trotter was 100%. But I think in terms of someone that can meet that mark that you're talking about, Jack, and I don't necessarily know if it's that crazy of a hot take either. I think there's a world Nicholas Rodriguez gets there, especially if he's the starter as that linebacker that plays really freely. He had 62 in 13 games last year. He played in all 13 games for the Tigers. I think if he is your starting linebacker, I think there is a world he gets to that number, Jack.
No one in the SEC passed it. The guy for Ole Miss. I wrote his name down. TJ Daugherty had 98.
Good player.
So no one in the SEC got past it. It's interesting, Kenny. I don't know I was doing some just like light reading. I'd have to deep dive more, but some trends seem to suggest that Woodyard was used a lot more as that kind of run stopper, and Rodriguez, his snaps were a little more balanced in terms of being in coverage versus coming downhill and trying to make tackles. So in terms of the tackle count, that's why I leaned Woodyard, was just like, if Mizzou just does that again and he's just playing more run stop snaps, probably by default getting more tackles. But I think Mizzou has good candidates there. I think that's the main point. Payton, I want to hear your question because it feeds into it.
My question, with all these mouths to feed and only so many spots to go around, my question becomes, who is going to have hurt feelings in this linebacker room? Because somebody that is probably very deserving of a lot of play time, I think is going to be kind of on the outs snap-wise. And that's a great problem to have if you're Missouri. Like, if we were talking, like, I don't think we haven't been doing this like we did last year where we rank our confidence in these position groups. This position group would be hands down number one for me because there are that many great players in it. And last year it was the same deal. I mean, Beasley, I think a lot of people, after how he played in the Music City Bowl, I remember he had a couple bad penalties in that too, but people were excited to see him and Rodriguez kind of take the reins there. And they still added Trotter. Khalil Jacobs was back in the mix. So they didn't probably play as much as they could. Now you have Woodyard. You seem to have Rodriguez penciled in as a starter for sure. I mean, Beasley, I think at this point is a made man. I think he's going to get a lot of snaps this year, whether he's the starter, quote unquote, or not. He will get starter snaps. He'll be rotating in constantly. Missouri's done that a lot over the past few years, 2023, 2024. I mean, you had Tristan Newsome, Chuck Hicks, Flag, Chad Bailey when he was healthy. There were a lot of guys that were in that mix. I think that's going to be similar here. I think all three of Woodyard, Beasley, Rodriguez will play a significant amount of snaps. It's kind of going to come down to who I think will play the fourth most, because I think that's still a good amount of snaps defensively you're likely looking at if you're the fourth linebacker. You step back even to 2022. I remember Damian Wilson played a lot as like the fourth linebacker on that team. So I would expect one of Dante McClellan, maybe JJ Bush really is popping as a freshman, or Bobby Washington. I think one of them will likely be able to snag that spot in a lot of snaps, but I think someone else is going to be real not too happy with their snap count, even though they probably deserve it.
Kenny, real quick, can you give me the Bobby Washington backstory, if you know it?
Yeah.
Very well.
I don't have the years in front of me. I'll look it up real quick about when he was injured.
He was injured last year.
He hasn't played much to begin with. He appeared in 2 games last year, or 2024. Didn't play at all, or didn't record a snap or a stat in 2025. Didn't play much in 2023. It's primarily been a special teamer. That's where my mind kind of goes of, yes, this will be technically year 4 of college football. So he has 2 years left. Intrigued to see actually real quick what Mizzou has him listed as, because Mizzou has already changed all those guys around to the correct years. Yeah, listed as a senior. So he has one more season after this available of eligibility. I think he's more like D-Nick talked about him being kind of speedy too, at 6'3", 222 pounds. It didn't play last year. I think maybe a role kind of carves out in special teams before we actually see him bite into that rotation. Last year, we saw really 4 primary linebackers. And at times, it felt like we were only seeing Josiah Trotter, just with how well he was playing in the middle of that defense. And that's where kind of my, I guess, question stems from, kind of moving forward, is who is going to be like maybe that guy that will surprise us in some capacity, where, you know, you won't have to go into the portal next year. Because I think in a perfect world, you look at it from the same perspective as the quarterback position. I think there isn't a world, in my opinion, that exists where Austin Simmons and Matt Zollers are wearing the exact same uniform next year. And I can say that's probably the case for some of these linebackers too. I think in a perfect world, guys like Nicholas Rodriguez, Robert Woodyard, are probably getting calls from the NFL, from NFL teams. Scouts are all over these guys. And if everything bodes well in their favor, if they have great seasons, then who are going to be these next guys that can just be starters instantly? And that's where my question goes of, is there anyone else in this room that we can circle as, hey, you are going to be a starter next year. We know you're not going to go to the NFL. If that's Jeremiah Beasley, if that's Brian Huff, who's, you know, I've read notes from Kyle McAreevy at Mizzou today saying, you know, Brian Huff has been in those top rotations as well. Dante McClellan as well, who played a lot as a freshman. So I am kind of interested. My question is, who can we circle as, hey, you're going to be a starter next year?
Does Beasley feel more like one who, if he does not get the run like Payton said he probably deserves, he's maybe in another jersey next season, not in the NFL?
If for some reason he's not playing a lot this year, I would have to almost say yes, because that would – everything we read from camp is Jeremiah Beasley looks incredible. He's going to play this year. If for some reason he doesn't get much run, then yeah, I think it would probably mean something has gone down and he'll be looking somewhere else.
Yeah, if something bad like somehow happens, but I that's another thing. I just don't see him leaving. Even talking to him at Fall Camp Media Day, he hasn't played probably as many snaps as maybe he had imagined. Coming into college, he was a two-way guy at Belleville. It's a pretty good high school for football in the Detroit area. Still fighting for snaps in his senior year. That puts my mind in a spot where, if things don't go as planned, if he's in a spot where he's not happy where he is, that happens. But Elijah Dotson, what played in his part too, on top of, liking the secondary is that, he got to team up with a former teammate again. They have another former teammate coming in. I think he just seems happy where he is. And I think he will be in that rotation. He will have very significant snaps this year at linebacker.
Agreed. To your point, Kenny, Brian Huff, that is interesting because, he's a guy, no offense to him, he was like the third wheel in that linebacker class because he was the same one as, okay, technically Beasley wasn't in that high school signing class, but for all intents and purposes, he was a part of that class with Rodriguez and Beasley, correct?
Yeah, but I remember it being a huge deal that Drinkwitz got Brian.
I know Drink trolled Arkansas about it, but then you heard like nothing about Brian Huff for 2 years. I honestly thought he was going to transfer. So, good for him to stick around and like work his way into the mix. I'd love to see him like be a success story. Go ahead.
He was rated the highest linebacker in that class in the industry rankings.
Wow, that's shocking. Maybe I'm looking at other sites, but
he was the last 4-star of that group for industry rankings, 324th nationally, 27th at linebacker, and 4th in Arkansas.
He was higher rated than Beasley as a high school guy, huh?
Jeremiah Beasley would be I guess I have to check that. He was a transfer technically, so
yeah, very technically he was, but for all intents and purposes,
yeah.
That's shocking to me. Wow. Because Beasley had a ton of hype behind him, but good for Brian Huff. If, like you said, I don't really see a way Rodriguez and Woodyard are back next year. So yeah, Beasley, even though I think he's essentially going to play starter level snaps all year this year, he certainly probably steps into one of those top 2 spots. And then it's kind of a race between guys like Dante McClellan, Brian Huff, maybe Jason King sticks with him. And Lord knows the portal probably mix things in as well.
Weird. Jeremiah Beasley doesn't have any high school ratings on his profile or something broken there. I'll have to send that in. Weird.
I got to call it in. It's like a distraction.
I got to make a call. Jarvis, get me his rankings.
Okay, Dante McClellan feels like an intriguing one to me. Had the pick 6 last year, got involved. If you're projecting the 2 deep, maybe he sneaks into that one. Or the projecting the starters for next year rather. But I don't know. I'm excited with what Mizzou has in front of it. I think Woodyard and Rodriguez can be a really, really dangerous combo, and maybe it replaces the dominance of maybe that's a good bonus. Big question is maybe that, do we finally have like a defensive position that usurps what the brilliance of what this edge room has done the last, 5 years, really, is the linebacker room as a whole ready to take a leap and have that much of a destroyer effect on other teams that the edge room has had so much success doing. Again, it's not an apples and oranges apples to apples comparison. They do different things, they're different positions, but I think the potential's there. Like Payton said, I think if there is a surefire, number one position group that isn't running back, I think you'd be hard pressed to argue against linebacker super hard. So, and that's to say running back with a healthy Ahmad Hardy. I'm just going to dive into it right away. I'm going to stick with my Woodyard 100 tackles. You guys have made me feel more confident. He's going to get 100 tackles this year. That's going to be my bold take. Bold in air quotes. Payton,
if Nick Rodriguez does it, he's going to be a first-round pick. That's no doubt about it.
Nick Rodriguez or Woodyard?
Nick Rodriguez.
I think it's more realistic with Nick Rodriguez.
I do too.
I think he's just a stat machine, and you saw that when he started.
It's a hotter
games.
take then.
I will say, I've been kind of up and down on Rodriguez just because the penalties are baffling at times with him. That performance he had in the Gator Bowl, I mean, it was like Trotter-esque. I mean, he was absolutely everywhere on the field. Woodyard, maybe you're right, Knowlton. I don't doubt that Woodyard will be a very, very good player. I think you know what you're getting with him. I don't think he's suddenly turning into a 100 tackle guy at Mizzou.
It's 33 tackles more to do it than what he had last year.
Was he, if I may, did he not play 100% of their snaps last year?
Oh, yeah. No, it's a lot.
Okay.
I wasn't saying that like it's a small amount. Sorry.
Right. Okay. I'm just making sure I have that right.
Yeah.
Kenny, do you want to give your prediction next or me?
Yeah, I'll go next. Pretty quick one. In his career, he's appeared in 14 games across the past 2 seasons. He has 5 total tackles. It's Brian Huff. I'm going to take Brian Huff 25 tackles, at least 25 this year.
Looking through the stats from last year, 4 linebackers surpassed that, and those 4 easily surpassed it. Mm-hmm. Josiah Trotter, Nick Rodriguez, Khalil Jacobs, and Tristan Newsome all had 44 or more. 5th was Jeremiah Beasley with 19. 12 solo, though. 12 of those being solo is impressive.
It's a good middle ground.
Yeah, I mean, if Huff is the guy that emerges as that 4th linebacker, I think you beat it easy, Kenny. If not, I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen, but I don't.
Maybe it's the precarious position of either being that or being, like Payton has alluded to, that man left, that odd one left out, and then he ventures elsewhere to try and find some PT.
I bought stock. I own all the stock right now.
Yeah. Hey,
don't jump in late.
I'm saying you have a nice beach house on Brian Huff Island.
Going into my prediction, looking at last year, Trotter, obviously incredible year, 84 tackles. Rodriguez, 61. 3rd was Khalil Jacobs with 47. Tristan Newsome with 44 at 4th. I am going to say the linebackers, especially because I have questions about the D-line, are going to have to actually step up and take more of a role in stopping the run, especially. I'm going to say 3 linebackers have 60-plus tackles on this team. And I am not going to get fancy and make a bold prediction that Jason King is one of them. But I am going to say that I'll say Nick Rodriguez leads the way, Robert Woodyard is 2nd, Jeremiah Beasley is 3rd, and all 3 of them have 60-plus by the end of the year.
Can I change mine to Nick Rodriguez? Am I too late?
No, too late. We gave you an opportunity.
All right.
In fact, you should read what our predictions were from last year. I actually don't remember what mine was.
No, I don't.
Yes, I do. I do remember mine, and it was wrong.
I'll point out real quick. Maybe we'll talk about it on a later show. The Jeremiah Beasley profile is messed up right now, so we're going to get that fixed.
You talked about it earlier.
No, I know, but I got a response back saying that they have to fix something. Can I give you guys a quick quote?
Go for it.
A lot of people assume that Robert Woodyard, being a starter at Auburn last year, he was going to just be penciled in. That is not the case. some of those guys lack experience. Well, Nick Rodriguez lacked experience before he played in the Oklahoma, Arkansas, Virginia games too. Then you saw what he was capable of doing. Robert is in a different position, but he's also hungry and eager to become the football player he's capable of being. We're all looking forward to watching it play out this fall camp. Who said that?
Derek Nicholson.
Derek Nicholson did say that before fall camp started. Just thought that was interesting. I think it just kind of plays into you have to earn your snaps. I don't think it's anything to the extent of, Robert Woodyard
going to have 43 tackles, and Jeremiah Beasley's going to become a first-round pick, and I'm going to look like an idiot.
That was the start of fall camp. I will note today, we're recording this on Wednesday.
I won't be sad if that, by the way, whatever. But
was the final day of fall camp open practice for the media. Today was the last one.
What'd you glean? Did you glean anything?
Do you think I was there, Jack?
No.
Yeah.
I just wanted to use the word glean. Last year's predictions, Payton said Khalil Jacobs would lead Mizzou in tackles. He did not.
No,
he was what?
He was
fourth
third in linebackers.
Third in the linebackers.
Yeah.
Josiah Trotter, of course, led Mizzou with 84 tackles, as we've said. Kenny said Jeremiah Beasley would get at least 40 tackles. Almost halfway there. He had 19 for Mizzou in 2025. And this is why I wanted to double down. And maybe I'll just be right. No matter, maybe it's like gold or whatever I touch turns to gold in terms of linebacker predictions. I'm not feeling that's the case this year. But last year, fellas, I said Nick Rodriguez would get at least 50 tackles. He ended up with how many, Payton?
I closed out, but he had 61, 62. He had more than 50.
More than 60.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pat myself on the back.
And you sold your stock and invested it all in Robert Woodyard stock.
I have. This is why I'm not uninvested in Nick Rodriguez. I'm making a little bit of a scheme prediction. I'm wondering if they, let him go in coverage a little bit more. Maybe that just limits his tackles with how good Robert Woodyard is. I don't know.
I'm a Jeremiah Beasley guy.
I like them all.
Feed the bees.
I was last year, and look what happened.
He had a good year.
He got fed a half portion to what you would have fed him.
Was it a tackle glass half full or a tackle glass half empty?
There you go. Go half full. That guy's going to be really good this year. Linebackers, fun room. And we now only have 2 rooms left. That's not true. Yes, it is. Secondary and running backs, because we're not going to do special teams. Sorry, Kenny. We've had enough Brett LeBlanc talk for one offseason, or have we? Stay tuned for quick hits.
Kenny, you want to make a special teams prediction right now?
Sure.
3 seconds. I'm clicking pause at 3 seconds.
Bruno Royce throws a pass.
4. Okay. You heard it here first, folks. Okay, quick hits time. We'll finish up the show. We've got jerseys of the week. Kenny, breaking inbox news.
This photo, dog.
What do you mean this photo? It's a cool photo.
It looks like a family portrait you'd hang in your home.
Maybe they'll be family soon. Wait, go to this tweet real quick. You can be the 1,000th view.
We're on the tweet, dog.
I know, but
it is a kind of a funny because they're all smiling and he's kind of frowning, like he's almost like forced to be there.
I don't think he's frowning. I just don't think he's making a face.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of a neutral expression.
All right. Well, getting back to my jerseys.
Who are we talking about, Kenny, for the podcast listeners?
Yeah. I got 2 jerseys of the week. Got 2 names for you guys. September 19th, Mizzou football plays Troy. And the Tigers men's basketball team will have 2 official visitors. Cameron Barnes, a Rivals Industry 4-star power forward at Kansas City Monarch Academy, which is in Kansas. And then Tyron Frazier, another 4-star power forward, will be on campus September 19th. Tyron is from St. Louis, spent some time at Overtime Elite and then Iowa United, which is in Des Moines. But he's back at the Principia School for his senior season. Didn't go to Principia originally. I'll pull it up real quick. I forget what school he did start his high school career at.
Hazelwood East.
Yeah, Hazelwood East. There it is. Hazelwood East. So those are two names for you guys to know. I'm really in the camp that Cameron Barnes will most likely end up as a Missouri Tiger. Tyron Frazier does have 2 other official visits, one at the start of September with Virginia Tech, and then the following weekend, September 26th, which is a great day of the year. He will be at West Virginia.
You beat those 2 programs if you want to be taken seriously. Let's no disrespect, but this ain't the early 2010s West Virginia. It's over. And Virginia Tech, I mean, LOL. No, this is always super exciting. I love seeing that Missouri just pulls in 4 stars for visits like it's another Tuesday. That's not lost on me, but quite frankly, none of this matters if Missouri does not have a good season this year on the hardwood.
There is a lot riding on this year. That said, I agree. It's very exciting. It's not, you don't want to overlook these. It shows how much this program has kind of started to elevate. Also, I had a surprise reaction when you said Kansas City Monarch Academy. I once had a really long NBA 2K franchise expansion team, and I called them the Kansas City Monarchs. That took me back.
It's an interesting school because I think it's technically a charter school, and the entire school is just the basketball team.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
There was like 11 scholarships, and there's a couple guys who walk on to pay and play for the team. They like stay in like one place. They walk across the street, then go to the gym, work out, they practice, online classes. I believe this is the first year too. Some guys like Cameron transferred from Link Academy in Branson. That's where he'll finish out his year. And it's named like the Monarchs after the Kansas City Monarchs too.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Monarch Academy.
Yeah. The Iowa United Prep one is new too. I mean, this information isn't super relevant, but I will keep an eye on that, like, and people's reaction to that school too, if there's ever Mizzou prospects there. It does not play high schools in Iowa. It's also a charter travel school, but
national program. And with that one too, it was interesting because Tyron wanted to stay there. He went there because Overtime Elite closed. He played the end of his junior season there, but they played on which I'd never heard of, the EYCL circuit, not the EYBL. So they have an AAU team, and you had to play for the AAU team to stay at the school. And he was like, I want to play for Bradley Beal. This is a team I played with my entire life. This last year of AAU. I wouldn't say my entire life, but an entire like AAU time in high school and the last couple of years. He wanted to play with Bradley Beal, and he couldn't do that if he stayed there. So he came back home. He's going to play at a powerhouse at Principia that has other Power 4 players, high major players, and he's in a good spot.
I've had a lot of double takes going on in the On3 looking at the Iowa prospects. And I'm like, whoa, where are all these kids going to school? And it's all the Iowa United Prep, and none of them are from Iowa. It's very funny. Payton, your jersey or jerseys?
My jerseys of the week, I know people might get a little revolted, but it's going to go to the Tennessee Volunteers and the Alabama Crimson Tide, for the reason being, Peter Thamel broke the news here. Tennessee and Alabama will both wear their home jerseys for the third Saturday. Yep. I totally blanked on the name. The third Saturday in October game this year. Have to say that's pretty cool. I have ragged on the Alabama helmets before, but their jerseys are awesome. Alabama's jerseys are really cool. It's just the helmets are kind of boring. And this will be like a visually beautiful matchup. I love home-on-home games. I don't know if you guys remember, I still think one of the cooler things about the 2023 Cotton Bowl is that it was home-on-home on that really brightly colored field.
Picture.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for old magazine covers like that. That's sick.
Have you seen the helmets that special teams players and quarterbacks wore at the end of fall camp?
No.
So they switched to yellow helmets, and the assumption is that it signifies, to everyone much quicker than a different colored jersey that, hey, do not hit this guy. And they wore all yellow domes with the black outlined oval tiger, but not filled in, just like the black outline of it on yellow.
That could look sick.
We still need a paw helmet.
The paw helmet would be fun. It's kind of like our logo.
They wore it in a spring game, I think, when Kelly Bryant was the QB. I'd have to go back and look that up, though.
I have an opinion on this I don't really feel like sharing, so I'll just share my jersey of the week instead.
It's only the podcast where we talk about things.
No, I don't feel like.
So feel free to
keep
keep it to yourself, I guess.
Oh
my God, with this Brett LeBlanc stuff.
Brett LeBlanc is my jersey of the week. Brett LeBlanc, everybody. I told you there'd be more special teams talk at the top of the show. Brett LeBlanc is a coach's preseason all-SEC second teamer. There were a couple preseason nods. Obviously, LeBlanc was one of them. Robert Woodyard was on third team. Ahmad Hardy and Caden Green were on first team. And now we're done with awards. No more awards. That's it.
Last time you can talk about Ahmad Hardy in an award. That's it.
I think we've said that 3 times now.
Payton, come on. We have never said that.
Yeah, what?
This is the first time we've ever said that.
All right, I'll say it. I don't think the Tennessee-Alabama home and homes look that good in these photos. I don't get what.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I like no cap, and he's the main bird.
Shawnee's main bird of the week. I don't feel like arguing about it. Kenny,
the main bird himself.
No, I like no cap, and he's the main bird. No, I like no cap, and he's the main bird. No, I like no cap, and he's the main bird.
All right, we got it.
What is no cap, and he's the main bird.
Talk about what it is.
I can't say anything when it's doing that. It's poor podcasting.
I like no cap, and he's the main bird.
The NBA G League announced the G League United squad for 2026. And there are 2 Missouri Tigers. What did I do? What did I say wrong?
Nothing. I'm reacting to something else. I'm sorry.
I was thinking back to an old voice memo you did talking about the G League.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I don't remember this. But Sean East and Caleb Grill, both on the team. Look at that.
I like that they did it back to back. That's fun.
I don't even know if that was on purpose. I think it's an alphabetical order.
Oh.
Well, come to Mizzou and go to the G League.
I didn't even know this. He was an NBA G League champion last year. Caleb Grill?
Yes, we talked about this, I think.
I do not remember this.
I thought we did. Oh, they're playing the Shanghai Sharks.
Meow.
Who does he play? Who he play for, Chuck?
All right, back to my G League thread. Wait, do you guys hear that? Oh my God. I don't know if I can keep going on with this.
I don't know though if you can play that because it's music. You can copyright it.
It's not.
I think this will be okay. Sorry, Kenny. I didn't mean to throw you off your groove. I was reacting to the first name on that list, who is James Bouknight. If you remember him from UConn.
UConn, he was so cool.
All-time terrible draft take by me. I thought he was going to be so good in the league, and he was not. He's not very good.
About to get down. Get down.
Very cool. Good for the main bird. Good for.
No, I like no cap, and he's the main bird. No.
Always nice when the actual main bird gets on the main bird segment.
He's not the main bird. The actual main bird is Ronnie
DeGray.
Oh,
yes.
You're right. You're right. Whatever. The voice of the actual main bird. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about this. Payton. Your bird. Talk about your bird.
My bird
is from a Super Bowl video.
Yes, it is. This is going to be, let's just say, Louisville.
Iowa.
My main bird of the week being Louisville because they were ranked in the preseason college football AP top 25 poll. Also ranked were your Missouri Tigers at number 25 overall. Much to reason, everybody is pissed.
Much to people's what, Kenny?
Chagrin.
Yes, Kenny. Missouri was at 25. That drew the ire of a whole lot of people. I don't care at all. I think it's hilarious. I did not care whether Missouri was ranked or not in the poll. I personally don't know. I rank them when we do our own polls in our friend group. I rank them at 25 just because I don't think there's a lot of teams I trust right now. And whatever, it's number 25 in a preseason poll. It doesn't matter.
Payton, may I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I tell you what I have in this liquid glass right now? What do you think? What liquid do you think I have in this glass? I just called it liquid glass.
Grey Goose vodka.
What liquid do you think? No. It may look like water. It's not Grey Goose vodka. Our fair dear believe. No, it's Settle Down juice, which is what everyone who is tweeting like that woo guy underneath this post needs to drink. This is insane. It's number 25 in a preseason poll. Calm down. Calm down. Drink some settle down juice. Here, I'll drink some right now.
It's because that Purdue dweeb, like a month ago, tweeted, "How is Missouri always in the top 25?" And people conflated it with, admittedly, in 2024, Missouri ridiculously somehow kept clinging onto the rankings after they lost to South Carolina. I remember they didn't fall one spot. But people just are now. Here's the way I tweeted this as well. Payton is no troll on X.
Opinions are his own.
Yeah, opinions are my own, as clearly stated in my bio. People like Missouri's profile, this is not even debatable, has risen so much in the past few years that people are now just like in a total, like, what's that effect called? The Mandela effect.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just assume Missouri is ranked 25 every single year.
There's a really good tweet about that, if you guys saw that tweet.
Like the third time since 2015, and the other time was coming off, like this decade was coming off an 11-2 season, where they returned their entire offense basically. I don't care. Like, I do not feel the need to apologize or justify Missouri's ranking. It is just hilarious that people care this much about it, and I love it. I hope it keeps ruining people's day.
I'm completely with that, Payton. It was just baffled, like bonkers to me. I used to get in debates about who was like fifth in this poll, and now all I see are people mad about the number 25 team in the country. It's so great. I love what takes up people's.
People are making graphics about it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I love that it takes up people's time. It almost makes me want Mizzou to have a season where they're just right there for the entire year, and people could just get mad whether they're in or out of the AP poll. Obviously, I want better than that for Missouri, but this is a great tweet. Shout out to Maggie Johnson. This made me laugh. Yeah, ridiculous. My main bird of the week. I'm going to sneak soccer back into the pod, fellas. Spoiler alert, we're not done because we'll get to best beats of the week. My main bird of the week is going to be Xavier Gozo. If you don't know who Xavier Gozo is, let me tell you real quick. Thanks for coming back in the room, guys. I do feel a lot better.
I did it. Don't worry, Jack.
Thanks, Payton. Okay.
Oh, I thought I did it because my arms were up in the air.
You guys might appreciate this, and if you don't, I
wasn't talking to you. That's why I said Jack.
Yeah, thank you, Payton. You guys might appreciate this, and if you don't, I don't really care. I took it upon myself because I kept hearing, I was so excited to see all these people into the men's national team and the World Cup and all that stuff, and I heard all these people be like, everyone says we're going to be good, for the next like couple World Cups. Like, who's actually going to be good? Who's like up next? And I've tried to take it upon myself to actually start following those guys. This is one of them. He's 19. He played for Salt Lake City. He's from Salt Lake City. He just transferred to Crystal Palace in the Premier League. He's a winger, fun player. If you want to watch English soccer, if you want to continue your World Cup hype, Crystal Palace now has him and Chris Richards, who started for the U.S. at the World Cup. Gozo, this kid almost made it. He was very close to being on the squad. He's one for the future. So he made this move this week to Crystal Palace from America. He's like MLS product, like Utah kid. It's very exciting. So
all
there
the
you
tools
go.
To be the next Gio Reyna.
Hey, don't put that on him. Don't put that on him. He'll stay healthier. So there you go. If you want names, I'm trying to actually follow these guys who could be the next, the future. And he's one of them. So that's it. That's my soccer talk. Best thing you learned. We can move on. Talk about whatever you're interested in now. I'm just kidding. Payton, what did you learn this week?
Best thing I learned this week. I love journalism, so I'm going right back to the AP. We're doing the 2026 preseason AP All-America college football team. And after this, it's over. We're
no more awards.
Not talking about.
No, you can't be a part of this now. No.
Ahmad Hardy is the first team all offense running back, along with Kewan Lacey, in the AP preseason All-Americans. In the tackles department, Caden Green also does make it. Not very many people had multiple. He's a second teamer, by the way, if I didn't say that. Not many teams had multiple players on this list. It's pretty consensus that Missouri has two of the best offensive players in the country. And I still am not really sure if that means the offense will be worth a damn.
I also don't think I still am not hearing arguments why this should be ranked. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just a consensus at this point. Every list I get is just the two of them.
No more words.
Whose ad is that on the right side? Who's been having? Not me. I'm not the one controlling this.
Yeah, you have your chain on?
I don't have my chain on. One thing I will point out, because you mentioned Kwan Lacey up there at the top. You know who's having a really productive fall camp for Ole Miss?
Horatio Fields.
Horatio Fields has gotten a lot of talk from national reporters at Ole Miss camp.
All right.
I'm letting Payton react to that.
I don't know. Missouri got Caden Lee. I mean, that's a trade you make every day of the week, I think.
Do you think him and Mekhi Bear ever hang out?
Yeah, I bet they DM on the DL. Mekhi Bear at where now, Kenny?
Oh, man. Not North Carolina.
Nope. In the same conference.
Big Ten. Or sorry,
Wake
ACC.
Forest.
Is he at Rutgers?
No. What?
Oh, that's a Big Ten. It should be in the ACC. Sorry. I was getting confused there. I went to the Big Ten. I was thinking Rutgers should be in the ACC.
It should not be in a
conference.
They're the biggest argument that there should be some form of Big East backs again.
Is Mekhi Bear at Virginia?
No.
I don't know.
Virginia
that
Tech.
would be next level, dude. If he
Georgia Tech.
No.
Wake
You
Forest.
guys want to keep guessing, or you
Duke. Boston College.
No.
Syracuse.
No.
Just say it.
NC State.
Nope.
Miami.
Nope.
No, he would not be in Miami.
I feel like I've said all that. Pittsburgh.
Nope.
SMU.
Nope.
Cal.
Nope.
Stanford.
Nope.
I feel like I said all the ACC schools.
You didn't. I think you maybe have not said the one he's on.
Kentucky Wesleyan. I don't know.
Kentucky Wesleyan.
Clemson.
That's right.
Clemson.
He's at Florida State. He's
Florida
at
State.
Florida State now. That's where Mekhi Bear is.
Florida State is a.
Oh, good. We're going from the AP All-American to Joel goddamn.
No more awards.
Great.
Kenny.
This is our last one. No Ahmad Hardy on this. Kwan Lacey's on there.
I hate
Jaden Ball, LJ Martin, Isaac Brown. I didn't even say those in the right order.
What
So
the
Kwan,
hell ever, dog. Okay.
Oh, dude, Isaac Brown was a monster in CFB 26.
Isaac Brown and Jaden Ball are the second teamers. First teamers are Kwan Lacey and LJ Martin. No mention at all in here, but these aren't actual quotes from
Kansas State wins by
Go
multiple possessions. Not a doubt in my mind.
The reason I chose
don't
this,
anything else from this idiot.
he has Caden Green as a guard.
Yep, brilliant. What a brilliant.
So
man.
this is where my mind goes. Like, can you choose any player and just put him out of position on these teams, or it's like making an all-star team. It's like, well, Vlad was really good this year. Like, not right now, but another year we can say oh, what if we put him at third base because he played third base 6 years ago? Like, is that how this works?
Kyle Raleigh last year could have played shortstop.
I was gonna say a little peek behind the curtain. I pick an all area team for my paper, and we literally have a utility position to do exactly that. It's to get more people onto the team. Like that's what we use that for. We're like, oh, we had 4 good pitchers and 2 of them are already here. We'll just make one a utility. That's literally what we do.
I do not buy into narrative that a lot of Missouri fans do that. Oh, media members hate little old us and stuff like that. Joel Klatt genuinely seems to have an axe to grind with Mizzou. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he's on the 5th down game and he got tired of people talking about how Colorado stole it or what. But my God, that's putting Caden Green at the wrong position on the second team, and not mentioning Ahmad Hardy at all, but putting how many other SEC running backs on that list?
2. I think just 2.
Just 2. But 4 guys are better. At the very least, let me see. And maybe it's just not in here. Maybe it is in his.
I don't know who LJ Martin is. I don't even care.
Okay, I know who LJ Martin is, but he's.
I don't think I've seen LJ Martin listed on first team, and I see these every day.
There's a damn reason for it. That's bad. That's not a good list. I'm sorry. That's Mr. Klatt. That's a bad list. And I don't think. I would like to see the original post and see if he mentions I didn't rank Hardy because there's obviously he may not play. Okay, I'm not watching his whole video. There's no way. You could not. No.
My name is Joel Klatt. Oh, I was gonna.
But I mean, if he at least says that, then fine. I can live with it. But I just that's so bad if not. And I feel like the article would have mentioned it.
Well said.
Kenny, are you gonna listen to it and report back to us in 5 minutes?
Yeah, here you guys just take the rest of the show. I'm just gonna listen to this and let you guys know.
No,
I'm serious. I want to know. I want the people to know. You guys go ahead.
Okay, I guess.
Can you change to my quick hit though?
You gotta still change tabs for us.
Okay, my best thing I learned. Cam Mizzouton. Cam Newton was
your bird.
I switched it. I changed it to the Crystal Palace player because they have a bird logo. I don't think I actually said that in my main bird. Cam Newton was at Mizzou. Kind of fun. There was also a lot of people losing their minds over seeing Cam Newton in Mizzou colors looks just wrong, like he hasn't played college football over a decade ago. Obviously he's buds with Caden Lee, so that connection was made there long ago, and he was over doing
Who is X? Who is X?
We need Kenny for this.
Is that Zyshawn?
Zayshawn Edwards.
Oh,
this is his family. They're the X family.
Okay, that's a fun name.
That is fun. The X family.
I figured it was Zyshawn, but I didn't want to be wrong.
But yeah, Cam was on campus. He did the stadium workout. They made the video about that. I know he was all over the place. Kind of cool.
They were on him in that workout bid.
They were. They I heard one. Yeah. Who was it that yelled? There was Cam, get your arms up or whatever. Doing the one I saw
they even made him do the whole fours up. Remember that damn chipmunk they used to play on the video board before the fourth quarter?
Yes, I do.
We did that against number 1 in the country, Georgia, and expected to come out with a win after doing that. That's embarrassing.
It is Caden Lee though that is the original connection to Cam Newton.
Yes,
right?
Caden Lee and him are apparently good friends. I don't know how.
He's like a mentor. Didn't get into specifics how they met. They're both from Georgia, from similar areas in the Atlanta, greater Atlanta area. So they know each other, and even teased it a couple practices ago, saying you guys will know real soon how close we are. And Cam comes out. There's some guys on the Auburn staffs. Who was the Auburn head coach that won it all?
Gene Chizik. He's a mentor to drink.
Yep. And so Gene Chizik's son, I don't know if you guys remember, used to be a GA for Mizzou until last year, and then he left. Right. He got a full-time job somewhere else. But there's Auburn connections throughout the staff. There's Gus Malzahn connections throughout the staff. And I know it's not just Caden Lee that knows Cam Newton. Deshaun Lawrence, who's on the player personnel side and recruiting side, knows him in some way as well from a past stop. And he's also a Georgia guy. So a lot of connections there. I also just finished the video, did not mention Ahmad Hardy's name at all. Not once.
That's good. That's really good. Really good.
The X just turned to dark mode, and your tab just turned to dark mode. That was cool. Okay, so yes, Zyshawn Edwards obviously is in this photo, but Caden Lee's the OG connection on top of others. But I thought this was pretty cool. I mean, he's obviously one of the most iconic college football players ever. To see him in Mizzou garb is kind of fun. Former future Missouri Tiger, official. Fun
thing to pontificate on. How much money in NIL would Cam Newton make let's say you transport that Auburn season to last year and it plays out the exact same way. How much would Cam Newton be making this year? I seriously, how much did you say?
9 million, maybe?
I was going to say I think he'd clear 10 million very easily.
I think he'd be closer to like 15. It would set new like high marks for sure.
Yeah. He would make more than NFL starters. Certain NFL starters.
Yeah, if we're saying that you're saying like after the Auburn season.
Yeah, like 2010
after,
Auburn.
Before he would not make that much.
Well, you got to adjust for inflation too.
2010 Auburn. Let's say it's 2024 Auburn, and it plays.
And then he has one more year of eligibility.
Yes.
Because I was gonna say, do you think he's making 9 million out of Blinn?
No, I think he probably. I bet now
he's making a couple million.
He'd make seven figures easy.
Texas JUCO stop Mount Rushmore would be a great.
Yeah, Blinn would be 1-1 no matter what.
No, not the schools. People who just like had stops there.
Oh,
got him, Jimmy Butler, another one. There's more, but
that starter for the Mariners got brought up last night when it pitched. No, when it pitched.
Bryce Miller.
Bryce Miller pitched at Blinn.
There you go. All right. Best beats of the week presented by FanDuel. Kenny and Payton wanted me to pick for them again. So guess what? We're going to talk more soccer.
We have so much futures.
A lot of futures. This one will be answered this week. So the EPL, the English Premiership, does start on Friday officially, and the first game weekend is Saturday. So these ones will get filled in green or red in short order. I will make my own pick first. I'm going to take Newcastle plus 270 over Liverpool. That's
a good pick.
Not a super big fan of where my favorite team is right now, so I'm not going to pick against them.
That's a good pick.
Can you say it one more time?
It hasn't been the same since Jurgen retired.
Mm-hmm. Can you say it again?
Newcastle plus 270 over Liverpool.
Have you guys been watching Ted Lasso?
I have not watched since season 2, man.
No, real soccer fan you are.
Yep. Payton, you were going to take Crystal Palace plus 230 over Everton. You said you wanted them as your team, so there you go. I do think this game will probably end in a draw. Everton will win, but go for it.
Give me Crystal Palace.
And Kenny, Newcastle's one word. I'm sorry to
really
miss that. Yes, just one word. Kenny,
makes sense.
How should I decide this for you? Kenny, you're going to take Chelsea minus 116 over Fulham because do you know who Chelsea's coach is now?
Is it the U.S. coach?
Did this cross your desk? No, the U.S. coach re-signed.
Oh, you can't be an international coach too?
Not at the same time. That usually doesn't happen anymore.
You
can. I think you can.
Xabi Alonso?
It is Xabi Alonso.
No
Xabi
way.
Alonso, yes, is Chelsea's coach now. He went to Real Madrid. Real Madrid players are a bunch of divas. He tried to install too much system, and they got him out of there.
Well, who is it? Fulham. Like that?
Yep. Wow. Fulham. Good job. So you're going to take him. So if you want to be a Chelsea fan now, that is their coach. I think he's going to really work there. Like I said, he went to Madrid. There was a bunch of weirdness. There's always a bunch of weirdness with that club. I like him a lot as a coach. I think he'll work at Chelsea. So there you go.
I don't know if I can root for Chelsea. Feels too blue bloody.
Well, yeah, that's the tough thing with that sport. And I admit, people like I have friends who are trying, and I'm like, I don't know who to tell you to root for if you don't want to root for one of the big six because you'll just never win a title.
I like that TikTok fan, the TikTok Chelsea fan. That's like, why are people saying Chelsea is gonna lose to Wolves?
Oh yeah.
And he's scrolling. He's crashing out because they lost to Wolves.
They lost to Wolves. Yes. Yeah, it's good.
I like Wolverhampton because their logo's cool.
Wolves are not in the Prem anymore.
They have a cool logo, so they'll be back.
They do.
Anyways,
I'd encourage you to look up Crystal Palace's logo. Their logo is also cool.
It's an eagle of some kind.
They have a small field.
It's in
Stadium.
London.
Small stadium.
It is in London. Yep.
Yeah.
Kenny knows it's a small field because it's the field in the Ted Lasso theme song. That's why he knows that.
London. Let's go to joke. This one comes from our favorite TV series of today's show. Guys, did you hear about the two rowboats that got into an argument?
No, I didn't hear about the two rowboats that got into an argument.
Did you hear about the two rowboats that got into an argument? It was a whole ordeal.
Oh, you screwed it up.
All right.
It was a whole ordeal.
Payton, can't
the
you
bottom
tell?
of the barrel
Don't you
for
know?
these now, aren't you?
Don't you know that Kenny wants to go watch Spider Noir? Come on.
Shout out Sarah Lemire.
Come on, Sarah. Let's pick it up.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah Lemire is actually a coworker of a former classmate of mine, or a run mate of mine on the cross country team at St. Thomas. Ryan Chandler works for NBC.
All right, chill out, dog.
Pretty cool.
I Mr. Know Everybody.
Has he talked to her?
Ryan Chandler's a man.
Yeah, I'm saying, has he talked to Sarah?
I don't know. I've never asked him about Sarah Lemire.
Maybe. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We'll be back with the secondary Sunday, and then Payton, the next two podcasts, including the recap of game number 1. So stay tuned for that. Strap in. Almost to the season. We'll see you all next time.